What's up, world? This is We Need a Fifth. This your man Mo. Got my man P in the building.
Hello, is it me you're looking for? My man Shedeur.
I got my
What's good,
man.
fellas?
I got my man Hill in the building. What?
Chilling, chilling.
Lethal Three back together again. Y'all know
Yes,
what it
sir.
is. Uh, P, I'm gonna go with you. Just alluded to. Um, Shedeur Sanders last week had his first start against the Las Vegas Raiders. I was about to call them the Oakland Raiders.
Right.
Um, and he had 55% completion rate, one touchdown, one interception. I think he had a total of 209 yards. Um, they won the game.
hmm
He's scheduled, I think he's slated to start against your Niners here this weekend. One, what did you guys think of Shedeur's, first start? Two, do you think he's done enough to kind of, well, I guess the fact that he's going to be starting against the Niners, he's done enough to warrant another start, another opportunity. What do you guys think of this first time we're seeing Shedeur get an opportunity to start in the NFL? What do you think of his performance? Do you think that this is something that the Cleveland Browns should lean into and try to help develop him a little bit further? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, the key is the word is opportunity, right? Like I think most people had him as at worst the second best quarterback in the draft for him to
Mm,
slip that far. So I think most, I consider myself a Shedeur Sanders fan. So I'm just happy he gets the opportunity. As far as the game, it was pretty much an average game. He didn't light the world on fire, but you just could look at the sideline. Like the players had hope. Like
mm.
I didn't know Miles Garrett smiled until it's like I never saw it before until last Sunday. So I mean, I just hope he gets a fair shake. Put it that way.
Phil, did you get a chance to see the game or see the highlights
No,
or whatnot?
just highlights. Yeah, listen, I'm not going to sign up for a whole Cleveland Browns Las Vegas Raiders game anytime. But historically, the Browns have played the Niners pretty tough. So defensive wise, I mean, this could be a game for the Niners. I didn't slot this as an easy win, but I have it as a win. We should
Mm.
have the experience factor. With that being said, I mean, Shador led him to this to the victory. I mean, him deserving a start, sure, but what happened to, you know, prepping him for these situations, what having him play with, starters. You know what I mean? So I think everything has been exhausted to try to uh, curtail this man's success. I think his talent's just outweighing all the hate, and he's being patient and doing it the right way. I think he's going to get his chance, and he's going to succeed.
Okay, okay. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I think some of the excitement around him getting this opportunity is reaching a point of I think we need to
Exhaustion.
slow down. Yeah, they kind of need to slow down. And they're setting them up to fail. You know what I mean? To your point, Hill, from San Francisco's been a pretty good team, great team, some would say, for the last couple of years and whatnot, at least contenders. And they've been playing pretty well this year. Um, I want to see him what he does against San Francisco, before we frown him. you know. And I think that's part of the curse of all the excitement about him getting this opportunity is that if he doesn't have a good game against San Francisco, it's automatically all right. They were right about Dylan Gabriel being ahead of him. They were right about the other quarterbacks having that opportunity instead of him. And that's part of the reason why I want some of the excitement to kind of taper down for him, to lower some of the expectations it seems that's being put on him. And I don't know if it's necessarily fair
But
for a rookie quarterback that's, just going into a second start.
yeah, but I don't even think it's the team. I think the team wants it tempered down because I don't think
Mm,
that head coach is the biggest fan. And the way I see it is like I think fans are doing it to put pressure, apply pressure on the organization
Hmm.
to play him. You know what I mean? Like I
right,
don't I don't think it's coming from the organization at all. If Dylan Gabriel doesn't get injured, this is not happening.
right, okay.
Yeah, I totally agree. I also think that, and look at the counterpart with Jackson Dart. A lot of the joy with Jackson Dart was there's some sort of glimmer for a future for Giants fans,
Mhm.
and didn't win every game, but played considerably well in those games. So if you see a little bit out of Shedeur, glimmers, hopes, because that's all Cleveland needs, and that's all he deserves. Really, is just glimmers of hope. Anyway, for a horrible ran organization, I don't think that should weigh on his success. With everybody, you're gonna hear all this outside noise. He's had it before. I think the kids prep for it. I don't mind the expectations. That's other people's expectations. I just want him to play as best as he could. And I think that's what, again, I'm comparing him. That's what Jackson Dart is doing over there in New York. And he's getting help from other people. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's
it's
a
a
fair
team
comp.
organization and it's a team game. I'm just glad that he gets a chance to show what he's been doing all his life, and that's playing football.
Yeah. And just to follow up on that, like I think that's a fair comp. You see, the Giants are what, like 2-8, 2-7.
Hmm.
The fans couldn't be happier because they have
Yeah.
hope. And going back to like the organization for the Cleveland Browns, we all know their past or whatever. But to be fair, like more to your point, you talk about the pressure. Some of that Shador is putting on himself, purpose, and I think
Mm,
he's okay with it. I think it's knowingly when he does the Lionel Richie. I'm what you guys been waiting for. I'm what you have been looking for. Like he's anointing himself, which I feel
mm,
he has to do because from reports out that building, that head coach is not the biggest Shedeur Sanders fan.
Hmm.
mm.
So I think it's almost like a cat and mouse game where Shedeur is using the media, using the post game interviews to apply pressure along with the fans to the organization. Like, look, he wants to be the guy. The fans want him to be the guy. They're trying to get the organization aboard, basically, at this point.
I'm gonna be real interested to see, and I know we probably won't get this information anytime soon, but I'll be real interested to see why so many teams allow him to slip to the fifth round. Because at that point, everybody in the leagues had an opportunity to draft him once you go past a second, third round.
Yeah,
You know, um, I'll be real interested to see the story behind that. I'm
yeah,
sure he played a part in it, but what I'm interested to see what part the league played in it.
yeah. I don't think we will. Just like I don't think we'll see the reason Colin Kaepernick career got cut short. I think it's the same culprits or
Mm,
the same mind, the same philosophy. Put it that way.
okay. Fellas, I'm gonna stay with NFL right now. I know this is not my lane. But I, I feel like I have to mention this and I have to ask you guys what's going on. Looks like the Chiefs and the Ravens might not make it to the playoffs. Is this, am I here? And then I see Patrick Mahomes lose 2 weeks in a row, lose to the Dallas Cowboys.
No, he didn't
To,
lose. He can't get for a touch. He didn't lose. Just like any other story, Spagnuolo lost.
ooh, okay.
Their defense. The last loss I seen him do is get pummeled by the Eagles. Anytime after that, this man has been in every game. Has won. He's scared to get the ball last, and I guess it's a testament to his greatness that he gets the blame for it, or it gets pointed as he's lost. But no, this is a Spagnola safety, uh, safety. Their whole secondary stinks.
Mm,
And granted that CD is pretty much an all-world talent.
mm.
You had Pickens and CD just making them look like they were, amateurs out there. Something has to be done with every day. It can't be a shootout every time. And Spags can't get all this credit for being this defensive guru. They've been getting torched for the last 3 years. And it's
What,
not like this guy had Jerry Rice out there. And I mean, I'm glad to see Rasheed Rice back out there. But this, Patrick is, if you saw that game, this guy is coming out of, besides the holding place, because their offensive line seems like they've been getting penalized craziness. He's running for his life off back foot. He's a magician out there. I just love watching him play. But for the Chiefs, yeah, no. I mean, it's pretty much went out with that division. And they have some tough games ahead of them.
what about Lamar and the Ravens out in Baltimore? What's going on with them? They just lost to a returning Joe Burrow who ain't played in 10 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I
A
mean,
division game. Do they want to make the playoffs? What's going on? Is the team hurt?
Well,
Uh,
Lamar's hurt.
yeah, Lamar is. I
He's
mean, he
he's
had a
play,
tough game.
he's playing hurt. Yeah.
okay. So, do y'all think those two teams are going to make the playoffs?
It's gonna be tough. I mean, Chiefs gonna have it out, and I would say for the Ravens, I'll probably sit Lamar and rest up for next season.
Hmm. What they're doing right now and the personnel that they have right now is not working. Hill, you mentioned the Chiefs secondary as being a major issue, offensive line being an issue. What are you seeing with Baltimore as being the issue? Because so many people came into the season thinking that, hey, Baltimore was ready, made for a Super Bowl run, and that hey, this was the year that Lamar was going to unseat the Chiefs and possibly make a Super Bowl run. What do they need to change about what they're doing, or who do they need to get, to complete the
They
puzzle?
have weapons. Yeah, you talk about Zay Flowers. You're talking about Isaiah Likely,
Hmm.
Derrick Henry, and that's Lamar. I mean, he's a catalyst of everything. And healthy Lamar, he showed you he should have been back to back. Or was that 3-time MVP?
Yeah, the 3 time.
And then, so yeah, that ship goes as far as he does. So all I think is that he needs to be healthy, and pretty much that's it.
Um, any thoughts on why? And I'm bringing another team into this because I want to talk about the running backs. Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley, why they're not running the same way they were running last year. Because last year they would pretty much nobody could stop them, and they would dominate in the league. I think this year. Saquon's averaging maybe a little over 3 yards a carry. If that, whatchamacallit, and Derrick Henry's similar.
I think adjustments. I think you don't want to repeat what happened the previous year. So I said they get paid too.
Mm.
So I think defenses have said, this is how the guy came out the gate. So therefore, we're going to change some things so the success is not the same for the next year. I think it's pretty much that.
Both of y'all, do y'all got the Chiefs and the Ravens making the playoffs?
Oof, probably not.
Yeah. My religion. I don't bet against them, but well, the Chiefs, I think they have to run the table
Yeah.
Yes, run the table. Run the table and may need a little bit of help if
and
they
help.
lose some head to heads.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Not with that team.
Hmm.
And the Ravens, I think the Ravens have a better chance just because I think Pittsburgh could slip. I'm not convinced that
Hmm.
Pittsburgh, so I like their chances of catching Pittsburgh over the Chiefs catching Denver.
Mm.
But to be honest, I don't think either one of them are going to make it, which is crazy that, we might have Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and most likely Joe Burrow home when the playoffs start. Didn't see that coming in the preseason.
And speaking of Joe Burrow, should he demand a trade?
Why?
I mean, whatchamacallit?
Because
It
part
does.
of this, he doesn't play. Listen, like
Hmm.
part of their record being what it is him not being available.
Mm,
So
okay.
I think this is probably the best run that this franchise has ever had.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to put it out there. Just
Yeah,
wanted to.
you got one of the top two receivers in the game. Yeah, I don't see why. I
Not
don't.
to mention T. Higgins is no schlub.
Right, you have a awesome number two. Um, yeah, this is the best time to be a Bengal quarterback in the history of the Bengals, in my opinion. So
Okay. Hey, let us know what you guys think. Are you watching the NFL? What do you think about the Chiefs and the Ravens' chances to get into the playoffs, make a Super Bowl run? Hit us up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button so you know when the next video is coming out. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. And you can hit us up directly at WeNeeda5th@gmail.com. Um, Fellas, want to talk a little bit college basketball, talk a little bit about the freshmen in college basketball, some of the notable freshmen that most scouts and NBA fans are keeping an eye on um, in anticipation of next year's draft. Um, First one, AJ
Dybantsa.
Dybantsa.
Dybantsa. I hesitate because I don't want to mess up his name. But have you guys had an opportunity to see him? Freshman playing out of BYU. I know he played last night. I forgot who they Davison. They were playing against Davison last night.
Hmm.
Pretty good game. Um, have you guys had an opportunity to see him play at all?
Yeah, I think I think
Uh,
yeah, I think I've seen two or three games. I think he's a good prospect, obviously.
hmm.
I was speaking to you, Mo, yesterday. I think a good comp would be Siakam.
Hmm.
Um, they're giving McGrady. I don't see it.
I
Again,
don't see it either. I'm actually
No.
agreeing with. I agree with you as someone with a guy who used to be who was in Toronto. Um, I got him as my guy from Duke. I think it's the easiest comparison. What's my guy? He plays like him. I thought AJ was the next coming, but I've seen him before. Was with Zion.
RJ?
Oh yeah.
RJ. He's RJ Barrett.
Ooh, okay.
Wow.
Because the next guest was Cam Reddish, who I think is out the league at the moment. So
Yeah. No, it's RJ Barrett.
that's yeah, it's not bad,
No.
but it's not great. But
Yeah, like P was saying, when I saw him, he just gave me shades of Pascal Siakam, where
That's high praise.
and what I mean by that is like Siakam to me is like a jack of all trades. You know what I
Right.
mean? But he's not a master of any. You know what I mean? So it's not like, oh, yeah, he could shoot the 3-pointer, but nobody's blown away by Siakam's 3-point shooting. You know what I mean? He can handle the rock, but nobody's blown away. You know what I mean? He's just below the superstar level. You know what I mean? As far as Siakam, the
Best play
actual
in the
NBA.
Eastern Conference Finals last year, right? Potentially they win Game 7. He's MVP. There's no way I see AJ that right now. No way.
no, not even the Eastern Conference Finals. Don't short them. The NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Barring the loss in Game 7, he would have been, MVP
Finals
there.
MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, AJ Dybantsa I think he's a good player. I think he's gonna, he's a good player. Put it that way. Yeah, it just wasn't what he was. Again, I fell for the hype. It's high school. People aren't as good as you in high school. People aren't as good as you in college. They're better.
Hmm.
So you're seeing that he has talent.
Okay.
But when you talk to the NBA, we're talking top of the top talent. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching on a nightly basis. I'm saying like I'm I'm, I'm getting Cooper Flag to be good,
Hmm.
but I had Cooper Flag as generational in high school and college.
Mm.
It's just different it's levels to this thing in the NBA. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, I
So
agree. I think there's maybe two AJ Dybantses on each NBA team already.
yeah.
That
Mm.
type of thing, which is good because they're NBA players. I'm not,
Hmm.
disparaging them or whatever. But yeah, I agree with that. Like, sometimes you could be a big fish in a small pond. You know.
Hmm.
Brings us to our next freshman we're looking at. Cameron Bruiser out of Duke. You guys have a chance to see him play at all?
Yeah, I saw him play.
I saw him in high school. I
Okay.
saw a few clips, a little bit. Here we do.
Okay.
He's okay.
Yeah.
And I was talking to P the other day about him, and I don't know why, but he gives me like Jahlil Okafor vibes, and what I mean by that is Jahlil Okafor in college, he was a major attraction. Hey, every time he stepped on the court, hey, people was thinking, oh, he has the potential to be a number one draft pick. He should be at the top of the lottery. Um, and you couldn't say enough about Jahlil Okafor and his talent when he was in college at Duke. But it didn't translate to an NBA program. And you never saw that come through. And it's similar to what we're seeing with the young
Bo-
man from Auburn, um,
boom.
Boom Broom, where early in his senior year, whatchamacallit, at Auburn, I was real high on him, whatchamacallit. But come the tournament, I started seeing stuff that didn't look right and didn't look like, oh, he would be able to translate that game to the NBA game. And lo and behold, you see him in the NBA and you see that, hey, he's not able to dominate the way he was in college or in high school. So, and maybe I just need to see Cameron play a little bit more, and play against maybe better talent. I think I was watching him play against uh, out of top the Big Five conference. It was out of conference game, so I will give him that grace. But yeah, I'm getting that vibe where I don't know if his game is going to translate to the NBA or if he's going to be able to be as dominant as he is in college in the NBA. And maybe
Well,
I'm off.
he gave you listen, he gave you 35 and 9 and 35 and 12 in certain games. He played Howard, played a good one against Arkansas, which showed. I mean, just from the eye test,
Hmm.
I mean,
Looks good to you. Looks good to you. Looks all
no,
right.
I mean, it depends on what you feel. Again, he gives me Larry Nance Jr. vibes.
Okay.
I'm okay with that from a college standpoint, but
Hmm.
whatever you have Larry Nance Jr. right now in the NBA is what I would see Cameron being out there. And it's not bad. Looking, I think Larry Nance Jr. is okay,
Yeah.
but it's mechanical the way I see him, the way he
Hmm.
plays, and mechanical is good. You get points, 35 and 9. Who's turning that away?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's.
But
I think
Bro
it's.
was
nothing
good,
is
yo.
jumping out to me.
Yeah, I think he has to me like a wide range. All these guys do. They're 18 years old, so of course they could get better, or they
Right.
could, or they could stay stagnant. But I think his ceiling would be Sengun.
Mm.
That's
Um,
excellent. That's
right.
Wow.
excellent.
That's
Um,
yeah.
and that's assuming this transfers, like you said. I mean, that's how he plays now, or that's what he could do now. I don't know if that could transfer to the league. But I think most likely it might be more like a Boris Diaw. He reminds me
Mm.
of. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Just like AJ, I think he's a good player. I think he'll be a good player. Doesn't like you said, it doesn't wow me. You know what I mean? It doesn't wow me. So
Hmm.
we'll see. I mean, he has what is he like 2 or 3 games in his college career as a freshman, so he has time. They all have time to get better.
Now I'm gonna mention another freshman that I'm, in all honesty, full disclosure, I haven't seen.
Hmm.
I haven't seen any tape on him. Caleb Wilson. I believe
Hmm.
he's from North Carolina. Have you guys seen any tape on him or seen him play at all?
Now I'm gonna be biased with Caleb because
Mm.
you guys know me. I'm a 6'6", 6'5" to 6'9" guy,
Mm.
wing. So you're gonna get a little bit more, seeing a little bit more leeway with me. I enjoy watching Caleb Wilson play. You know what I mean? That's my type of freelance player with shall I say. So again, they're young, but I love the fact that he's everywhere in the court, defensively and offensively.
What would be your
And
NBA comp, Hill? You think?
ah, D Wade,
Wow.
Oof.
Wow.
D
Okay.
Wade, D
Now,
Wade.
now,
I mean,
now,
again,
now you pique my interest. Now I
again,
gotta go
again.
see some tape.
Uh, uh, yeah. To
Because
me,
y'all know,
I'm D Wade.
because y'all
Listen, I
know.
got D Wade, or any other 6'6" Williams guy, basement who was there at Carolina.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, that's high praise, y'all.
Yeah.
You know, my man Hill don't give that out too often. Yeah.
To be
But
fair though, I wasn't the biggest D Wade guy either though. But D Wade,
Yeah, I think
okay.
he's. Cause I think he's taller. Or I think I'm
yes,
thinking
correct.
more like a more fluid Jaron Jackson to me. Like
Mm.
yeah, you know, I got to see more. Like that's just off of one game. I got to see more. And I was in and out with football, but again, just like the other two, I think he's going to be a good pro. I would stop short of saying great, but I think he'll be a good pro.
Huh?
Who
Okay.
am I seeing him right now as? Yeah, D-Wade or I mean,
Uh,
or
uh,
like I said, in any other Williams. I mean, it could be Vassell, he could be Keldon Johnson. I mean, there's a lot of
uh,
good players in the NBA,
Yeah.
but Comp there now, what he's doing at UNC, he's just better than his counterparts. That's all. We
Mhm.
don't weigh too much heavy on this stuff. We keep grounded here at We Need a Fifth. So, but
okay.
Comp now, that's who he is out there in Carolina. When he gets to the NBA,
Butler.
Jimmy, nah, he has handle. He's better than that. He's more of a.
Oh man,
I
Jimmy
mean,
Cricket, no love from you, yo.
Mikal Bridges meets Devin Vassell.
Okay, okay. Woo. Um, Fella, let's go to the pros. Um, P's favorite tournament is they just moved to the quarterfinal stages. And the teams are set. Let me hit y'all with it. The Emirates Cup is moving on to the quarterfinals.
Hmm.
Right now we have the Thunder versus the Suns. The Suns actually made it into the quarterfinals on the west side.
Good for
And
them.
and the Lakers versus the Spurs. And on the east side, we have the Magic versus the Heat. The Magic have the number one seed,
Hmm.
and the Raptors versus the Knicks.
Hmm.
You know,
Shout out
and
to Toronto.
yeah, they were able to capture the second seed. So, yep. That's the Emirates Cup right there for you guys. I know P couldn't wait for that information. I know he's been following religiously. You know, can't wait to see the finals. Right,
It,
P?
it started. What a gimmick! This is like one of the most craziest gimmicks in the history of basketball for me. Like
I
this is
I
this is
meant
like the 10 point shot in Rock and Shock back in the day, the MTV Rock and Shock basketball, the 10
stop
point shot.
stop.
That's what this reminds me of.
It
This is
seems like
good.
everyone is in it though. That's the only
Yeah,
thing. Like, geez.
Yeah,
well, no,
I don't know.
they were playing the knockout rounds. Now they in the one game and you're done. Rounds, quarterfinals, and going forward. Um, I mentioned that because the Pistons until last night had an opportunity to move to the next round, but they were beaten by the Orlando Magic.
Hmm.
Um, and the Pistons are now what's their record?
Three
Ooh,
losses, four
three.
losses.
I think they only have three losses at this point.
Mm.
Um, one. Let me ask you guys, what do you think about the Pistons' run so far? Do you think that this is um something real that we're seeing from the Pistons? Is it their time? I personally think that this year will. I think they're on the path to becoming legitimate title contenders in the East,
Hmm.
especially with the group that they have. I think they're a couple of growing pains from being like legitimate, hey, OKC East clones, I, but I think this season with the injuries to Indiana, with Milwaukee's changing staff, Philadelphia going through injuries, where hey, the only legitimate hey veteran team out there that you can say you feel like should be capable of making a legitimate title run, New York Knicks stand in their way. I think Detroit Pistons could make a legitimate run to the Eastern Conference Finals and possibly the NBA Finals this year.
Don't forget the
Because
Cavs. Cavs are in there too, right? Cavs.
Yeah.
yeah, Cavs are in there, but I think they're for me. I think they're going through the same growing pains as Detroit.
Yeah, but
It, it,
they're
it,
ahead
it,
of
sh-
them though. Like as
Mhm.
far as experience, like I think Cleveland. I don't think they could beat Cleveland and Knicks just because of the experience and Cleveland's size. Like I don't think Detroit
I-
has the size to deal
you
with Cleveland.
know what? I hear you, P, with Cleveland. It just I don't trust that they're going to be healthy, and then the guys that you do keep healthy, they haven't shown that they're able to use that type of veteran moxie that'll get you over on a younger team. I think you saw that last year with their run in the playoffs,
Mm.
where they weren't able to, do that and get bounced out in the first round. So right now, like I said, I put Cleveland on the same trajectory as Detroit.
Right.
At this point, and part of that is how y'all developing this team, and a part of it is unfortunate stuff that they can't control, like injuries and stuff like that. Hey, I think that they've dropped the ball, or they've been slow to develop Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley should be really coming into his prime right now, and it seems like he's just starting that journey. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
but then he
hey,
win like defensive player of the year. I think he's developed. I think he's developed. But I disagree with that. I think he's developing. I mean, it depends what you think. Like, I don't know what you expect him to be. To me, he is what I thought he would be at this point. So,
like honestly, I would want him to be comp to Chet Holmgren.
I think he is or already.
I
Like,
I
I
I I
think he's
think
there already.
I think he's at least offensively. I think he's a step below Chet, to be
Wow.
honest. At least offensively, I think he's a step below. I think there's things that Chet has been allowed to do and has been encouraged to do that, like I said, Evan is just starting to be encouraged to do this year. Like, hey, drive the basket, take advantage of open opportunities to shoot. I think in the years previously, it's, oh, hey, make sure you're getting it to these other guys, as far as offense. And if you have a wide open shot, yeah, of course, take it. Or if you get a rebound and you get an opportunity for a putback, of course we want you to do that. But we're not actually drawing up plays for you to actually take advantage of mismatches or anything like that. That's what I mean by hey, them being slow to develop him. I think just to pose that with what OKC's done with Chet each year they're giving them a little bit more, extending that leash out a little bit more. All right, which one call it? We want you to, rebound and put backs and be strong on that. All right, we want you to take that stretch three. All right, now drive to the basket, make some plays. You know what I mean? So to where now, hey, it's not out of the realm of possibility that hey, he can get you 20 points in the game. That's not a surprise anymore. Wherever now, it's like, wow, he's scoring 20. He's doing that double double. And it's like, dude, he should have been here. You know, um, so that's why I don't know. I'm just not. I'm becoming disillusioned with Cleveland and what they're doing over there.
I think it's just it's they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. And I don't like Cleveland, but it's just a product of their success. They've been consistently good,
Mm,
very good. Um, Barring the Indiana thing, I kind of think they lose to the people they're supposed to lose to. Yeah, I, but I mean, talent-wise, I think they are where they are. Donovan Mitchell, um, Evan Mobley. I think the team is good,
mhm.
but it's just not great. They're very good, put it that way. Just I think they lose. Unfortunately, I think they lose when they're supposed to lose. But I think from a winning standpoint, they do right by their organization every year. They're usually top three. Um, but Detroit is going to get a lot of recency bias for what they're doing right now, and I'm glad that
Mm.
they're playing really well. But they're still young,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I think the law of averages is going to play out for that team through the whole for the rest of the season. You know what I mean? I wouldn't take them and OKC as parallels. You know what I mean? Like they're just running out the box with it. I think Detroit will come back to the mix, and you might see them in Orlando around the same spot by the time the year is done because I think they're both comparable teams with two
Yeah.
superstar players. I feel bad for underselling Kate Cunningham. That much I'll say. You
And,
know,
and and the feed on what you're talking about as far as them being a young team, I think you saw that in their losses. With the loss to Boston, it was a 3-point loss. Um,
but
Cade,
that had nothing to do with with youth there. I mean, Kate Cunningham is free throws.
yeah, and then what you call even the play before, when he's trying to get the ball inbounds, and he gets it stolen, trying to cross over, get into that 3-point shot. Um, it just I think that's a product of being young. I think what you
Nah, I mean,
call
for me, I'm taking that with
those are the
if
mistakes
if
that
if
young
if if
teams
he
make.
does that, and he had 14, this man gave you 40 some points. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
Like, I think that goes into, unfortunately, I think that goes into his bag. I don't think that's a youthful mistake. I think that's in his bag. I think that was a move that he uses to elude. I don't think that was a bad play. I think it was good defense. It was anticipated him doing that, and I think Derek White gets him credit for playing well too. But nah, I think he played well that game. I was disappointed that he didn't make his free throws. You know what I'm saying? But I think outside of Cade, I think I want better percentages when he's giving me these points, more
mhm,
efficiency.
mhm.
That I have an issue with. But besides that, I think he's playing extremely well. I think the team as a whole is immature. Jalen Duren is immature. He needs to mature. Stupid fouls, anger issues. Those are the things. I'm putting this on Kate. I'm putting this on other people on the team. So I think Detroit will find its way to come back to the fray. Give me Cade, give me Cunningham. I mean, give me Cade, you give me Thompson, and even sometimes Thompson. Again, that's the whole maturity thing with youth. You guys got to look past certain things ego wise. And I don't know if it's this whole bad boys thing that they're still keeping as their demeanor. They're from Detroit, but you guys have more that bad boys team that wasn't as talented like you were. So they
Yeah.
had that edge. That's the youth part that scared me with them. Just keeping their
Mhm.
heads, which Cleveland
Um,
has.
Pete, what's your thoughts on the Pistons and their chances to make
Um,
a serious playoff run?
I think they're a year or two away. Like just traditionally, young teams with this talent, like you said, they got to go through growing pains. Yeah, I just like I don't think they could beat Cleveland or New York in a 7 game series. They could compete, they could make it a good series, but yeah. So I think along with Orlando, I think they're a year away. I don't think they have enough height to compete with those two teams that I said that they can't beat because Jalen Duren's like 6'9". I
Hmm.
think over a series, Jared Allen and Mobley will just yeah kill them on the boards.
And they're big with New York would
And
kill them
Mitchell,
too.
yeah. So I think they have some retooling to do. They're there though. I love their trajectory, but um, I think they're a good team. They're a good story. They're a surprise, but I wouldn't say, they're probably like that third between that three and five best team in the East to me. Like overall, I know the record wise, they're number one, but I have the Knicks and Cleveland ahead of them.
Knicks look like they're on a mission.
Yeah, I just feel like they're just not playing out the season, but they're already like gearing up for the playoffs. It feels like, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like they're just fine tuning everything with the new regime and everything. But I can't see put Detroit over to the Knicks or the Cavs for what I've seen the past couple of years.
Okay. Okay. Last but not least, and this is kind of a surprise topic for you guys, because I know you guys are just aching to hear this type of news, and even knocking on my door about this. WNBA just released their had their lottery last weekend. Um, the Dallas Wings will be
What?
picking number one. That's what people are saying. I honestly think that they don't need that position on their team, honestly. And if they choose FUD, honestly, I think it would be more about selling tickets than about making their team better.
Well, then
Because,
they need to choose Spud then.
huh?
They need to choose Spud then if that's the case, 'cause they need to sell tickets then.
I mean, they selling tickets with Beckers, so it's like, hey,
But if you said if it's to sell tickets, if it was Spud, if that's the case, then I would just say go for FUD. As much revenue as you can get is what you need. I don't know if championships equate to more revenue in that league.
Mm.
um, the Seattle Storm, the Minnesota Lynx got the number two pick. The Seattle Storm got the number three pick, and the Washington Mystics got the number four pick. And I believe the Los Angeles Sparks got the number five pick. So I know that you guys were interested in that and was eager to find out who the draft lottery order would be for the WNBA, and that's it. Also, in other WNBA news, they still haven't signed the CBA. I believe today is the last day of their current CBA, so or the last day of the extension for the current CBA. So, um, oh, sometime next week we should be hearing whether or not the league will be locked out. But fellas, what's on the radar?
Uh,
Um, Go ahead, P.
Now, for me, Matthew Stafford in the Los Angeles Rams, he's lighting it up. He's on a heater, as they say. And I'm thinking more like legacy. Like if he wins MVP, if he wasn't a Hall of Famer before, he'll be a lock, leading the
Mm.
league in touchdowns. If he wins his MVP, he already has the championship. I always thought he was a product of playing with Calvin Johnson or playing with the Lions and that pass happy off. But in his later years, he really solidified himself as a really good to great quarterback. So,
What
um,
he's playing with bum wide receivers now? He doesn't have good wide receivers he's throwing to now?
no, he's always had good wide
Oh, okay.
receivers. That's what I'm saying. It's just that he's winning now, and there's no
Uh,
Aaron Donald here. You know what I
uh,
mean? So I give him a lot of credit. I mean, it goes hand in hand. Usually, when a quarterback puts up good numbers, he's going to have good wide receivers. But so Matthew Stafford is on my radar. The Los Angeles Rams. He's on fire right now. Like I think he's playing quarterback better than anybody else in the league right now.
Hill, what's on your radar, man?
Uh, for me, it's just awaiting Wimby's return and how that De'Aaron Fox and the guys are still, maintaining that ship. Big win last night versus Denver.
Mm,
Um, so San Antonio is prepped for a big season.
yeah. For me, uh, I'm staying out in the West with you, Hill, but the Lakers.
Mm,
I'm real interested to see if LeBron can stay in this pocket that he's in with the Lakers team right now, where hey, he's that third option.
mhm,
He's more of a playmaker than trying to be a scorer. I know
mhm.
he's going to get more comfortable and get more consistent with his scoring, but I would like to see him stay in this pocket he's in right now, where he's being more of a facilitator, and allowing Luca and Austin to kind of take the lead in scoring and initiating offense as well. Um,
I
and
mean,
I'm
I mean, he
also,
still has his talking moments, though. Every three
yeah,
is, he gets into his LeBron actual moves. But I mean, it's definitely refreshing to see that him, relinquishing that role as primary, secondary. Now he's tertiary.
mhm,
It's helping the Lakers, put it that way.
yeah. And another thing that's on my radar is technology. Um, so I know we talked about the robot that's being offered for $20,000 that offers telepresence. Um, a lot of talk about AI. Read a story recently where a family is suing Chat GPT because their son talked to Chat GPT about committing suicide.
Mm,
And Chat GPT provided him with a lot of advice to do.
jeez.
And I kind of just want to mention it a little bit and just say to people that, hey, technology, where we're headed is, amazing, exciting, but it can also be scary too.
Mhm.
And we have to be conscious of the people around us and how they're working and interacting with technology and just staying connected to your loved ones. This young man, he had spoken to his family maybe a day or two before he started speaking to GPT, and they had lost contact with him. And um, yeah, it just stay connected, and let's not fall down the rabbit hole with this technology as far as hey, what we're using it for, what we're asking it to assist us with. There's certain things that technology just can't assist you with, or that family or friends would be better in a better position to assist you with. So just be conscious of it. Just be wary. You know.
Definitely.
Hey, to all our fifths out there, stay safe. Another one in the bag. Peace.